So a recent Target ad online pretty much leaked the existence of a Nintendo 64 Mini or Classic, whatever you want to call it, and the reception, at least from the internet, has been pretty astoundingly positive. I mean, obviously taking one of the most beloved consoles and just shrinking it down and including a bunch of games for a low price, that's a good idea, right? While yeah, there are some positives to the thing, I think there are a ton of negatives that no one's really pointing out. So in this video I'm going to be explaining why the N64 Classic would be a mistake. Now obviously I'm not going to be upset when they announce it, I just think there are some definite downsides that Nintendo needs to be aware of and that the consumers should know too. Starting off with number 1, I believe that the Nintendo 64 Classic is going to make us wait a bit longer in order to get N64 games on the Switch. In order to understand this point, let's go back a while until the Virtual Console era. The Virtual Console was a system on the Wii, Wii U, and 3DS that basically let you play your old Nintendo games on your new Nintendo systems. It just seemed like a great idea for the Switch because the Switch was handheld and console. It would just work perfectly, but then it never came out. Is it a coincidence to say that the Virtual Console never came out on the Switch? Yet at the same time, Nintendo was manufacturing these mini systems that were selling like crazy? Why would Nintendo provide a modern way to play all those games while also providing its own mini console? That just does not make any sense from a business standpoint. But you might be saying, oh Thomas, what about the NES Online thing? Well, the NES Classic actually got discontinued, right? But then was brought back in August of last year, and it was brought back to numbers way lower than before. By September of 2018 rolling around, the NES Classic was pretty much dead. No one was buying one of these things, so releasing the NES games online didn't really hurt Nintendo at all. However, the N64 Classic will obviously go strong for about a couple of years. This'll delay whatever hope we had for an N64 Virtual Console thing, because Nintendo doesn't want to have conflicting business points. The next thing I'm upset about is the fact that it's an N64 Virtual Console. We got 2 home console minis already. Why not give us a Game Boy Mini or a Game Boy Classic? I made a concept video about this sort of thing, and quite frankly I just think it's a great idea. The Game Boy is home to one of the most beloved libraries of all time, still one of the best selling systems of all time, and technology has advanced so much since then that it would just make sense to give us a new package to play those on. However, nope, Nintendo goes for the 3rd home console in a row with the N64. Next up, I think the N64 graphically has aged the worst out of any Nintendo console. Now this is gonna get some flack, but hold me out. Not counting the Virtual Boy, the only real competition the N64 has would be the NES. Because the SNES and its 16-bit glory looks amazing today, and obviously the GameCube and beyond will look better than the N64. But personally, I think the NES holds up better than the N64, especially because of the resurgence of pixel indie games such as Shovel Knight, Celeste, Dandara, and so many more games that are adapting that style now. But the N64 just, I'm sorry, but this just doesn't look good. Sure, there are games that manage to get a lot out of the hardware like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, but besides from maybe 5% of the system's library, the rest of the games pretty much looked like utter garbage, and bringing them back today wouldn't really do you too many favors. Last but, well, not least, it's the controllers. In order to market these systems, Nintendo has been just pretty much faithfully recreating the controllers one by one. However, problem is, the N64 controller sucks major gorilla dick. This thing is just absolutely gargantuan and is not good on any surface level. It's a jack of all trades, master of none, and sure, it might have been an important step into getting the Holy Land, which is the GameCube controller, but despite being an important misstep, it was still a pretty big misstep. But I don't really see Nintendo remaking the controller because unfortunately this is kind of the most iconic part of the system. When you think N64, I think of this 3-pronged, I don't even know. So while yeah, I think Nintendo should remake the controller, I don't think they're gonna, cause people would just be questioning the whole thing. How is it a mini version of the N64 if it doesn't use the N64's controllers? And unfortunately that means we're gonna have to deal with this thing again. And I think we can all agree that is not something we want. So those are the reasons I do not want the N64 Classic to be hitting store shelves, but that doesn't matter. What do you guys think? let me know down in the comments below, and let me know down in the comments below. And sorry for the lack of videos coming up. I've been working on a brand new series which will be taking a long time, so just hang in there. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Thomas from the Switch Top, signing off. Peace.